What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Different Lens podcast. My name is Juan Felipe Sierra. I've been in the entertainment industry for the past 13 years, and this is...
And I'm Daniel, your usual nerd. I like games, movies, music, and comics, and manga, and TV shows, and everything.
and
A little bit of everything. Hopefully by now you guys know. Right?
So, what do we got for today?
Well, you tell me. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. You know, just trying to live life every day. I'm in a weird time because I'm at a point where it's like I'm in my 30s. I'm not a kid. I'm starting to like really get into like really adult shit, but it's like adulting as fuck, but also trying to have that sense of like still want to be young in a lot of ways. And you know, I still watch anime, I still watch series and everything like that, but it's like I'm less and less because of just life, and also because editing this and all that, like I haven't taken the time to watch new anime or new things. Like the last thing that I watched was Fire Force season 3, and it's because I love that shit. It's awesome, dude.
I haven't seen it,
bro. I've seen only the first 3 episodes by the time of this recording, but it is awesome, dude. The animation is on fucking point.
I mean, it has always been really good.
Yes,
that I had to give it to them.
Yeah.
Like the animation for Fire Force has been one of my favorite animes since they came out. Like the fighting scenes,
they're fucking
beautiful.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and it just started with a new.
Sorry, the cat.
Yeah, it started really strong with the fighting animation. And I really like how the voice acting, because I watch a dub, the voice acting started really fucking strong again.
Okay.
I believe this might be the last season, because they only have by the end of last season, they only had 100 chapters left. So that could be 1 or 2 seasons, depends. Depending on if they want to make a long season, or if they just want to break it up into 2 medium seasons.
They might break it up into 2. I know a lot of anime tend to do that. Like they just kind of break it down a little bit to also give time to the animators, which I hope they do.
Yeah.
And also, I guess,
Money.
to retain viewership and everything. So
yeah, because 1 more year, people are gonna tweet about that, and people are gonna be more into it.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, basically today, so basically today, what we kind of wanted to do was just allow you guys to get to know us a little bit, talk a little bit about our personal lives, a little bit of some projects that we got going on, and some things that we do outside of this space that you guys see us in, and just kind of give you guys the idea of that what happens behind the scenes also with our day-to-day lives. And just so you guys get to know that I'm still a nerd.
Thank you, guys.
This is the end. But yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm good. I mean, I've been a lot of stress, to be honest with you. Adulting is not easy.
Not at all.
Anybody who's adulting out there and is doing it successfully, good on you, man.
Especially in a relationship.
You, sir, and a new lady.
Yeah.
Woman.
And gender neutral term.
Yes. But good on you if you're got it down packed, because adulting is not easy. I mean, I genuinely thought that getting to adulthood was going to be a little bit less, how do you say it, punishing. I'm going to say it like that. I'm going to say that adulting is very punishing. Like, you're always tired. You're always fighting for more.
You're always stressed.
Yeah, you're always in this weird space where sometimes you feel good, sometimes you don't feel good. Sometimes a random pain you should in your fucking knee, and you're like, oh man.
Oh, and bro, I'm 31 and I have fucking sciatica problems.
Yeah,
so I'm
saying.
Fucking old man.
It's weird because you're in a space where you feel good sometimes, and you're like, man, I'm fucking invincible.
Yeah,
I can fight anybody.
And
but then other times you're just
you get up from your bed and you're like
yeah. So so it's been rough in the sense of balancing a lot of life and everything like that. I got a couple of things. I got a lot of things going on outside of here, some individual projects, hopefully other businesses that I'm trying to work on. So, it's a little bit of things that I'm doing on the outside that is really killing me. But that doesn't mean that I don't play games or watch movies or do things that I'm excited about. For example, one of the things I'm very excited about that by the time this episode comes out, I'm sure we've probably seen it. But Lilo and Stitch is something that I've been really looking forward to. It's something that I watched when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think the special effects look actually pretty decent.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And I think Stitch looks great.
Yeah.
I think they didn't try to make him look different. They didn't go the Sonic direction that they're trying to like completely change him, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this? So I'm excited about that.
You know, I saw a YouTube video that really made me think about that, because I think it also could have a very detrimental thing, and it's that, like, I think that they're not gonna show as much of how violent the movie is
Mm-hmm.
as the original.
Probably not. Yeah.
Because
It's
you
not
see,
gonna have that.
you see the scenes where, like, the kid, like the Lilo is beating the shit out of the other girl, or Stitch is fucking throwing the book at the agent, or
I do hope they keep that one at least.
I hope
I hope they keep that
that's
one.
one of the funniest
Yeah.
shots ever. Just like
The girls fighting, I could see them being removed.
yeah,
I could see it more like a squabble, like a verbal sort of
Yeah.
thing. But like definitely the book.
they just start doing like rap sessions against each other, like rap disses, like you fucking bitch.
But I definitely do want to see the book. The book was awesome.
That book is just so good.
Yeah.
And I love seeing how, like, Stitch at the beginning is such a menace. It's such a little shit about everything. And he's just like attacking everybody and just being a fucking nuisance to everyone.
Absolutely.
So I hope they keep that. I doubt that they will keep everything, because it's going to be geared towards more like kid friendly. And oh my God, look how cute
It
he
probably
is.
is. It probably is.
But
Yeah,
I hope
feel like
they still keep that sense of like, no, he's a fucking nightmare.
yeah.
Do you remember
Yeah.
that Lilo and Stitch, Stitch, that Lilo and sorry, my Hispanic came out. Lilo and Stitch TV show, that animated show?
No.
Oh,
Is that the one
God.
where they introduce a girlfriend, the little pink one?
Yes, and
Okay.
they introduce like all of the little like experiments, because he's like experiment
Yeah,
number
it's, like,
700
different
and something,
ones.
and they introduce one. There's one that just can't stop eating, so he just eats everything. There's one that it's like
Yeah.
just loves to burrow underground or something like that. Like there's just a lot of it, and I remember that show, and it's actually pretty good, because they have to like go capture. It's very
Yeah.
like episodic adventure. It's like, you capture one, you capture one, you capture one.
No, not really. I don't recall seeing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, aside from that, just a few things. I mean, I have 2 cats. You guys probably seen some of them around.
Meow.
Yeah. One of them is actually never been seen, but she looks exactly like the cat that I have right there above. She's always hiding, which is great.
Especially for us right now,
Yeah.
for when we record.
But she's, very loving.
The other one is always like, "What are you guys doing? Can I get in?" Like,
Yeah. So
a FOMO cat.
yeah, so I found one of them. I found found her in the street. Her name is Gaia. I found her in the street under a car. She was a baby. She was full of fleas. She had a burnt paw. Found her in the street. It basically just took her in. She was probably like 3 months old. She was very tiny. No, I'm saying like I'm remembering. She was very tiny, and always one thing. I've always been very I like to advocate a lot for adopting, right, over buying. Obviously, I know that a lot of people buy animals, and that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you go, you like a pet, you buy it, But if you have the chance, there is a lot of animals that really deserve a space in your home and stuff like that, because they're out there, they're defenseless. So I did take that cat in. She was in the street. I healed her. I basically took care of her, and now she's 5 years old. And then Phoebe, which is the one that you've probably seen if you've seen some of our previous episodes. Phoebe is a little rascal. She's about 2 years old now. And she was the baby of a stray cat that was in a mechanic. So she was given to me, more like I asked for her. Yeah. Well, I don't think she's going to pick it up, but if it does, she's meowing. And then I picked her up just because I wanted a fluffy cat. So I have a skinny cat and I have a fluffy cat. So yeah, those are my cats.
The fluffy cat is very much like the stereotypical cat, where it's just like, just move shit. It's like, fuck you, feed me, fuck you.
But she's very sweet though.
Yeah,
she's not aggressive at all. I don't think I've ever been bitten by any of them. Like, unless I'm playing with them, I've never been beaten. I know a lot of people are like very afraid of cats because of that reason. Like, they're like, oh, when I was a kid, I had a traumatic experience with a cat that it scratched the shit out of me, and I hate every single cat after that. And
Well, I mean, I had something like that with dogs, where a dog bit my face
Mhm.
when I was like 5 or 6. took a chunk out of my out of this cheek.
Damn.
Yeah, like it just because it like clung onto it because we were playing like with my dad. We were playing to throw like the ball with each hand, and I had it on my left hand and I was about to throw, and the dog, instead of grabbing the ball, he grabbed my face.
Oh,
so I was
that
deathly
dog
afraid.
was going for a kill.
Yeah, that dog was no joke. So I was deathly scared
Yeah.
of dogs for years, bro, until I was like 20.
Wow. Even small ones?
Small ones are the worst because you're trying to get them away and they just want to like either hump you or bite you or. But big dogs, I like big dogs because big dogs are like much more chill,
Yeah.
even though they play rougher. But if you're like, no, stop, and they're like, okay,
Sure about that?
yeah, from my life, yeah. There was one dog though that he played so rough that the dog standing upright on its hind legs, it was as tall as me,
Okay.
and the dog just pushed me, and I fucking flew. I was like, "Arr!"
I like dogs.
I like this.
If somebody else owns them.
Yeah,
If you own a dog, your dog is pretty. It's cute. That's it. I think they're beautiful. I think they're really, really nice pets to have if somebody else owns them.
I'd love to have a cat, but I'm allergic to cats. So
Yeah, they're very chill. I mean, I think a lot of people, like I said, they have the stigma the cats are very like assholes and everything like that. But I think it's how you raise the pet. It's like a dog. If you raise the dog to be, calm and friendly and stuff like that, I feel like you're gonna ultimately have it, even though they have their own personalities.
yeah.
But you take care of them. I mean, my cats, like I said, they're pretty chill. I mean, everybody that knows them knows that they're very like always chill. They're just chilling the
Either
window.
they're playing
or-
with a shoestring, or they're just
yeah, they're just chilling, but they don't damage anything in the house.
The other day, the thing with the squirrel.
Oh my god, that terrified me because like the squirrels sit on my window. So I live in the first floor, and the window has like it's like I guess like the view of like there's a lot of iguanas, there's a lot of squirrels and birds, and I don't know why the squirrels figure it out that like
They're just like in the window.
the little edge of the window is like a safe area for them, so they just stand there and eat. And so like the cats start going crazy and they just like slam into the window and you just hear that. I'm fucking shit. I get scared shitless because I'm like, oh, like when you get scared, like you feel it in your back and you're just like, oh. yeah.
Bro, the other day happened to me. I fucking sneezed and I was like, oh my god. Fuck.
Oh my god, that's the
Yeah.
worst. See, we're getting old, man.
Yeah, like I don't know if you see it here, but I have a bunch of fucking gray hairs in my head, and they look horrendous. Anyways,
You don't like the white hair?
I no, like right now it looks kind of weird, but I know I'm gonna be a fucking dilf. Well, I'm not. I don't want to have kids, but like, no, what is that called? A silver fox. I know I'm gonna be a silver fox. Do you know what a silver fox is?
Mm-mm. It's like a cougar,
Yes,
but like men.
like
Mhm.
George Clooney or like
Okay.
Robert Downey Jr. That
Okay.
they grew as they grow older, they look better. I know I'm gonna be that way.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I'm busted right now, but once 20 years from now, they're gonna like swoon.
High expectations. I see high expectations. Zero humility. This is zero humility. You're just like, I'm gonna be a fucking boppy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a fucking. They're gonna be calling me Danny.
That Jesus.
Sorry.
I hope you guys are cringing as much as I am right now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they will. This is the real me. Like
Yes.
most of what you see is us being very controlled of what we say, because especially me, because I say some really cringy shit every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
90%.
So what you see here is the very cured version of like we're gonna talk about facts and numbers and stories and
Yeah.
now I'm like Stitch. I'm like, let's burn it all.
This episode is that what is it, like the card to go wild?
Oh yeah, like the pass.
The pass, there you go.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is your pass to go to let everybody know who you really are, how you really
Like
are.
for the most part, you're just
fucks.
Yeah.
Silver fucks. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, whatever.
bro. Like for the most part, he is just very like, so what's up, guys? How you do? And I'm like, yes, burn it all to the fucking ground.
Yeah. I mean, what you guys see is mostly what I am. I'm a like very calm person, very relaxed all the time.
Yeah.
I try to take life very,
seldomly serious.
Zen.
Yeah.
This man here, nah.
I'm all like fucking let's raise it down and burn it all and fucking rock and roll. But I wanted to ask you, like, we have been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals.
Mm-hmm.
You usually use either Cloak and Dagger for heal,
Yeah.
Magneto for tank, or no, you're using which one for tank?
Right now, I'm practicing with Hulk and Doctor Strange.
And for DPS.
I barely play DPS, really. I mostly strategist. But if I do, I'll go with Namor. Yeah. I was like, I can't think of his name. I was about to say something stupid. So I
say Aquaman?
I contained myself. Namor.
With Namor.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I play, if I'm doing strategist, I also either use Cloak and Dagger, Rocket Raccoon. I'm starting to really like Rocket Raccoon.
Mindlessly shooting, yes.
But I have
Just
good
holding.
aim. I'm sorry, but I have good aim with that shit. Not only like healing, but also like shooting. Because we had a game recently where nobody wanted to fucking kill the Iron Man in the sky, and I was like, heal, heal, I also use Sue Storm a lot, and for tanks I use the thing, La Cosa.
Here's the thing.
Because you're the thing. Or I'm starting to use a little bit more. What's her name with the really nice legs?
Emma Frost.
Emma Frost. I'm starting to use her.
She's
a little
cool.
bit more.
She's cool. She's a little technical to get to it, because especially when she goes into the diamond form.
We get to
but you need to. But you're technical. You need to be able to like get it, or like, because you can get killed really fast.
Really fast,
especially if you don't have good healers. If you don't have good healers, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah.
So you have to have good healers.
And for DPS, I either use Namor or Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like those are my two go-tos.
Let's be real for a second. When he plays, most of the time he's only going to play Iron Man and the Thing. That's it. Because he's the best with those two characters. I'm sorry to say it like that, but he's the best with those two characters.
No, why are you saying
when we see that the game is not going well, even if it's a quick match, he's like, let me pull my secret weapon. And he goes with like
I
Iron
fucking
Man.
dominate the sky.
I'm just like, yeah, all right. This is a quick match. Try somebody else.
I've tried somebody else. Like there was one point that I tried Black Panther. It's just that the people that
was the beginning. I remember at the beginning you tried.
Yeah, but it's just
like,
that
I love him.
But people now are just like, they look like fucking mosquitoes. We're just like, and it's like, what the fuck is happening?
He's really fast.
Yeah.
As a healer,
but he dies so quickly. Like his health pool is so low that you just like hit by hit by hit by hit by.
If you're playing against a good team, but if you're playing a bad team, your healers are gonna get erased by him. If you're in a bad team,
they're supposed to.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're in a bad team, like where no support is given, your healers are gone, because he would just come through the back and get all the healers.
Pause.
Hey yo.
They're gonna come through the back and hit him hard.
Yeah, I got one of the cats over here. So
right there. Why do you think that a lot of people are quitting to be healers in Marvel Rivals so much?
I feel like it's a lot of people saying that they don't get heals. I feel like it just naturally, the game is everybody's trying to do everything, right? And then especially a lot of people are like complaining that DPS suck.
Yes.
And so they are like, either you go tank and just literally stand in front of everybody, or you just go healer and then never play DPS again.
Yeah. No, the thing is, and I'm guilty of this too. I'm prefacing it. I get out of the line of sight. I get my ass handed to me, and he's like, "What the fuck?" But then when my friends tell me like, "Bro, where the fuck are you?" It's like, "Oh, my bad."
yeah, because it's this one thing. Like for example, using you as an example, when you're playing like Iron Man, you're playing like a DPS. Even when you're playing a tank, you decide to go butt fuck far, and nobody can heal you. So obviously you die, and then you look at the end score, and he died he killed Granted, he killed like 20 people, 22 people, and then he died 17 times, and you're like, holy shit! Half of this fucking match, we're dead.
I'm gonna defend myself right here. I'm gonna defend Your Honor. I'm gonna defend myself right here.
Caso cerrado. It hasn't even started.
With Iron Man, I do a lot because I'm trying to like going towards like the rear
You're flanking.
end. I'm flanking. I'm trying to like scare them or push them back. But with the thing, I'm trying to be right next to the car. It's just that the other team is trying to fucking kick your asses back there where the healers is. So I'm like,
exactly.
I'm trying to go back, and there's like poof, dead.
Yeah. So the thing is, okay, you're flanking, right? Yeah. But your flanking kind of sucks on the fact that when you're dying, you stay.
It's just sometimes,
and I'm like,
yeah.
Why don't you like
Yeah.
if you get hit like twice or 3 times, just get out of there for a second and then come back.
Yes.
But not just stay there and then you like fighting. Like you see the dead scene, like the camera, and then you're just like and they're like hitting you and you're still going. And I'm like, just leave.
I know. I'm guilty of that. It's just sometimes I lock in, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, and then I'm like, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Yeah. Because most of the time when I play tank, I die is because I don't get heals.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, because I'm usually also like, but I'm also there in like the front of everything, but I just don't get heals. And then I just, I don't do a good job because of that. Yeah. And so when I go healer, I'm like in the back trying to find a good spot, and I'm just like spamming healing. Yeah.
What other games have you played recently that you're like, bro, I fucking love this game?
You know what? Really, honestly, right now I just been Marvel Rivals. I've been really close to buying Forza Horizon, just because I love racing games. Anything that has to do with racing, I love it. I am a big Formula One fan. Yeah, it's like my brain is like, what?
I'm a very big Formula fan too.
Disconnected. I'm a huge Formula fan. Formula fan, yeah. I didn't say one.
Formula One fan.
Yeah. And this season has been really exciting, right? Because everybody's kind of fighting. Max Verstappen is not like, he doesn't have the rocket ship he had. So McLaren does have that. So everybody thought that Lando Norris was going to be the best, and then Oscar Piastri's like kicking ass too. So it's a really good season for that. Ferrari's obviously doing a masterclass on failing at everything they do with engineering, but they have a really good car, but it's just they're like right there. So I'm really a big fan of racing games. So Formula One, F125 is going to come out next month. No, at the end of this month actually, and I might get it.
Well, we're filming in May, so it's gonna come in like like June.
So yeah, Dad and like I said, I like racing games. So Forza, I used to have an Xbox as well. I used to have pretty much every console because I'm like, I don't know why I did that.
He's very much into like gadgets and into like having everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I even had Stadia when it came out back in the day, like the Google service I used to like stream. I think I had like 4 controllers. Because I thought it was a really good idea, the fact that you can stream a game, like a AAA game, anywhere you were at. So, you could stream. And back in the day, that's kind of when Cyberpunk came out. And that's where mainly I play Cyberpunk. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where it was. But anyways, that's like the only game that I've been playing is like racing game. Maybe a little bit of FC 25. 24. Sorry, 25 hasn't come out. Right? 25, yeah. And yeah, what about you? Sorry.
I've been playing for multiple reasons. I've been playing Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
Yeah, Fatal?
Yeah, I've been trying to get into online, but I just get the piss beat out of me.
It's rough.
Like people that come in are just like, pa, dead. I was like, fuck. Pa, dead, fuck.
Yeah.
And like I have a record of like 0-17. I mean, 0-17. I get the piss beat out of me. And it's like, I'm about to motherfucker.
It's rough.
Yeah. So
fighting games are really rough because you have to like know the frames. You have to be really good at like blocking and like escaping. It could be really hard.
And comboing and like making sure. Yeah. So especially those like very like specific fighting games like Street Fighter, like this one, or like
King of Fighters,
all of that. That is very specific on the kind of things that you have to do. Because for example, like Mortal Kombat, you're just like fucking throw all that bitch out there. But all the other games that are so technical,
well, I mean, like unless you're doing high level, because like the high level is like
I'm in like the starter level, and I'm just getting the piss.
Yeah. The starter level like Mortal Kombat is just throw anything.
It's just like fucking spam.
It's like Tekken was also very technical.
Tekken is also very technical.
I love Tekken.
Tekken is awesome. Who's your Tekken main?
Warren.
Which one is that one?
Orange hair with the kicks.
Oh, mine was
no
Yoshimitsu.
Questions. I thought he was really hard to get to master. So
I loved Yoshimitsu or
Yeah.
Eddie Gordo.
Eddie was cool. Eddie was cool. Actually, there was an issue that Eddie had on the latest Tekken, which is you could spam X. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know if it was patched because I haven't played him, but I know like from what I was watching, you can spam X and he would like do a full combo just doing X. So like you could basically just combo the whole entire thing with just using X.
Oh,
So there's
shit.
not a lot of like technicality to using him. I think it probably got patched by now because they have a few patches now. But yeah, but for me, Warring is the best dude. I fucking loved him. Since like I've been playing Tekken since Tekken 3, I think it was, on PlayStation 1.
I've played since the original Tekken, but like I played like Tekken 1, Tekken 3, Tekken 4, Tekken 6, and that's it.
Tag Tournament, you never played it?
I know.
It was
That's
cool.
Yeah, no, I never played that one. Yeah.
Yeah, the story is weird.
It's really weird.
It's really hard to keep
To have
up
a
with that
fucking
story.
bear and a kangaroo trying to beat the piss out of you is like the fuck.
Yeah,
is
but
this?
not just that. It's just the story itself of like Jin and Heihachi and Kusuya. It's like really weird because
'Cause they're
one is
trying
the
to kill
father of
each
the other
other.
one, the other is the father of the other one, and
Yeah.
like they've been throwing each other
At
out of
volcanoes.
cliffs. Yeah, for like the past like 4 games, and it's like, and Jin was bad, and then he wanted to conquer the world, and he realized he didn't want to do that, and now he wants to redeem
'Cause
himself,
he has
and yeah,
the
he became an
demon-
angel.
Yeah, because he has the demon
Yeah.
gene or whatever,
And now he released that and became kind of like an angel in this one.
Yeah.
It's
It's
really
just really
convoluted story. But it's still
wasn't
really
there one
cool.
that was like you were fighting as a block of tofu or something like that?
Probably. I mean, they've
Like
done
a
some.
block of flan or some shit like that. I
They've
remember.
done some cool. They've done some quirky
really
stuff.
weird shit.
Because there was like I think it was Tekken 3. They had like a little dinosaur, which was
that
awesome.
one was awesome. The
I
only
forget
thing
his
is that
name.
the hitboxes, since he was so short,
Yeah.
everybody like punches would just go over him.
Yeah, and then I think it's his name. I think is Mujin, which was like the wooden one. It was like a little wooden piece of block, like wooden with like boxing gloves. I'm like,
I love how they just give boxing gloves to anything. It's like
Yeah,
car keys here, fucking
yeah,
go.
you know, one of my favorite game modes from them is Tekken Beach Ball, the one with the beach ball.
Oh, that you have to like punch it into yeah.
That's
I
been
love
always
when,
one
I
of my
love when
favorite
games
ones.
used to have that. Like we mentioned like a
Yeah,
few
yeah.
episodes ago. had
Mortal
that-
Kombat.
Mortal Kombat had like car combat. They had like I believe they one that had like what is that called? The Tetris one that you, like whenever you win, you just get to beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like I would love to bring those things back, man.
Yeah, because it adds. I mean, how hard is to add those type of game modes again? Like, it's just a little fun side game that you're just you truly enjoy.
Like
Opposed to
Marvel
just,
Rivals right now is having the big head ones where you just look like, what's that thing called, the bobbleheads?
yeah, Bubble Heads, yeah.
Or the one that what was the one that Clone Barrage, something
Clone
like
Wars.
Clone-
Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
Yeah. The clone battle
where you just had like a bunch of people to be
Mirror
the same
match,
kid. Yeah, there you go.
it's cool. Yeah, I really used to like when games used to be quirky.
Yeah.
To that degree where like they add not necessarily quirky on like adding like necessarily like weird characters, but adding like game modes so you're just like, why? But you also like play it and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
You know, like that I really, really miss.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, any shows or anything you've watched recently?
Honestly, no. With like editing so much, I'm like, I just don't want to look at anything that has to do with like editing at all. That's why I'm always like, editing, video games. That's it. That's my day.
Okay. So I've been hooked on a show that is on Netflix. It's called Alien Resident.
Oh yeah.
And Alan Tudyk is in it. One
Yeah.
of my favorite voice actors. He's phenomenal. And he plays the main alien, right? Which he takes over a doctor of the town, right? He's an alien that lands on Earth and he's trying to kind of like
Be human.
yeah, but he is an alien, obviously, and so he's like, he doesn't know the mannerisms or anything like that, and he happens to take over the town's doctor, or like a doctor from the town, right? And he's like kind of like dealing with that, and then you're following his story, and then there's introduction of more aliens, but it's like a really fun story, kind of wholesome.
Your cat's scaring the shit out of him because he's like playing right next to the camera. I'm like,
Yeah. So yeah, I've been binge watching that. It's a sci-fi show.
yeah. There
But it's cool.
There was a TikTok sound that came from that is like, how could you penetrate whatever? The door was open. Son of a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. He's cool. He's cool.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, yeah. So what else do you?
What songs right now are you like, fuck, this song is just like, for me, this is it right now?
Ooh, you know what? There is a song that I don't remember the name right now because I discovered it very recently, and I've been playing it a lot. I just can't remember the song because I love EDM, so my favorite genre is EDM for music. I do like reggaeton and stuff like that. Salsa, I love salsa. I know a lot of people say that they listen to everything. I listen to pretty much everything. Like I like rock, I like heavy metal, I like, it depends on the activity that I'm doing, but I can listen to everything. And so I love a lot of EDM, but I also been listening to a lot of Catriel and Paco Moroso.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then with the latest album that they released, they put out the songs from the Tiny Desk.
Yeah.
Which are awesome,
dude.
Those iterations were so good.
Hashtag Tetas is like such a great song. Such a great song. So for those of you who don't know, you've seen the Tiny Desk concert. But
if not, I'll link it below. Sorry.
But there's a specific song that I really like, which is how they open the album. And it's basically making fun of the stereotypes and the expectations that a lot of these labels have for the artists. And basically they make fun of the fact that, like, if you want to get something done, fucking either you have to put giant tits on it, or it has to be like roids, or you have to cheat some way or whatever. Yeah. So I love it. I love it. And the fact that the main guy is just a scumbag piece of shit. Yeah. So I love it. I
do love also the other song that they have, that it's the one that they're talking about fame. Yeah. Like that they got really famous and they're like, I don't know if we're going to be able to cope with it. Like, basically, that's a really cool story. They're basically saying, like, we didn't expect this. We didn't ask for the Tiny Desk to become so popular, but it became. Yeah. And so they're like singing about it. Like, I don't know if we're going to be able to keep up.
Nice.
I think it's a good song.
That is an awesome song. I have a few songs that one of them is literally for just a joke, and it's Culo con Caca. Culo con Caca. Okay. Which Catriel and Paco Amoroso, they play it all the fucking time. They always push it, which is a great fucking thing. I fucking love that song.
It's fucking stupid.
I have also the French song from Arcane. I believe it's called Ma Meliere or something like that.
Shit, whatever. I don't know, but I know the song.
It's such a vibe, especially with the music video that they released with like the animated music video.
Yes,
there's one part where what's the kid's name? It's Jinx and Echo. When Echo hugs Jinx or Powder from the back, and she just leans to him, I'm like, I want that so bad. Like, why isn't love like that? I want love like that.
Yeah.
And also a bunch of Kendrick songs from like the diss album, or like when he was dissing Drake. And I've seen the fucking halftime show so many times. It is unbelievable. That is the greatest Super Bowl halftime show that I have seen ever in my life. I will die on that hill.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a big statement because there have been some really good ones
Amazing
before.
Ones, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it comes down to the preference of the artist. I listen a little bit of rap, but not that much, to be honest with you. I'm not too much into it, and so from time to time I listen to it. I after the halftime show, I started putting it on the way to work. I'm like,
yeah, bro, it's such a great song, especially like between Euphoria, Like That, and TV Off.
Okay,
bro. And of course, Not Like Us.
Yeah.
Those songs, I'm like, to me, it's incredible how, I don't know if this is the best message to put out, but to me, it's incredible how, like, he made hating such an art. Like, he made the greatest piece of art that he could on dunking on this motherfucker and on showing that you haven't hated well enough to become a great art piece. So I love the fact that he's just like, no, I'm choosing violence. Like, I hate everything about you. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, whatever. And to the point where he's like, he won 5 Grammys, and he had the halftime show, and he had a fucking phenomenal tour when all of that was happening. What a fucking tour, especially in California.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, what a great show.
How did you feel about the latest Bad Bunny album? I know you say sometimes, because this is you say that Bad Bunny is like but how do you feel the latest album?
It's been better than the rest of the ones. I gotta admit, like, I seldom listen to Bad Bunny. I don't really like him. His voice annoys the living shit out of me, and the way that he talks is just he to me he sounds like a bitch. But which is really weird because we share the exact same birthday. It is to the day.
Like, maybe that's why they hate
March 10th, 1994.
You think she talks like a bitch, but maybe you do talk like a bitch sometimes.
Bro, I fucking talk like a bitch, but I get paid to talk like a bitch, right? But no, seriously, like I don't really like his music that much.
Yeah,
but,
he also gets paid. Sorry,
it's true, but he gets paid a lot more than I do.
I'm about to be like, oh, you want to compare that?
Yeah. But I like his salsa song. It's just that I don't like how people are saying like he's bringing salsa back. It's like, no, salsa never really left. Yes, it's been decreasing, but yeah, and yes, he brought it up a little bit more. But like,
it's just exposure because he's
right
now one of the most, I guess, I don't know,
like famous artists.
Yeah. Right now, he's like on the list of everybody right now. So that's why the exposure is there.
Also, the another thing that I'm like, people don't understand context, and a lot of people are fucking idiots when they say it. It's like he's bigger than Michael Jackson. It's like, bro, Michael Jackson sold 100 million copies of his albums when there was no Spotify, no internet, no YouTube, no nothing. So
right.
Like, if people want to compare, take everything away from that. They can't. Why? Because they rely on that so much. Whereas Michael Jackson's still making millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Billions and billions and billions.
16 years after his death, but the thing is with Michael Jackson, his music videos were music movies. They were so detailed. They were so fantastic. And the fact that they could get Marlon Brando, the fact that they could get so many really big artists, and to tell truly intricate stories. Whereas Bad Bunny is just talking about the same 5 things all the time, where it's like, I want to love you, I want to hate you, I want to fuck you, and just kind of like, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely think that liking Bad Bunny and liking his music, I think is a very preferential thing, right? Like, if you like it, you like it.
Yeah, different strokes for different folks.
I know I have a few friends who have gone to every single one of his concerts. Even my girlfriend wants to go see Bad Bunny, and I'm like, next year maybe, but it's
not happening, baby.
But I do like Bad Bunny. I really do like his music. It's got a nice, I guess I would say, for me personally, I think it's got a nice vibe to it. The songs are pretty nice, and like, it's got a nice vibe compared to other reggaeton. For me, it has a nice vibe. I don't know, I like him. I don't listen to a lot of reggaeton either to be like, oh, like he's better than others. To be honest, like I said, my preference, my genre of preference is always going to be EDM.
Mm-hmm. That's
something that I can listen to for days, and I can give you guys some low-key artists. I can give you guys some really mainstream artists. So, like, I listen to mostly EDM. So, like I said, I can't fully comment and be like, yeah, Bad Bunny is the best.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. But he's great. I really like him.
But here's the thing. I like music and songs that tell stories. That's why, like, salsa is the greatest medium to tell stories in Latin American music. You have so many songs that tell intricate, beautiful, tragic love stories or death stories or whatever. You have Simón, you have Juanito Alimaña, you have El Gran Barón.
Yeah. I think we talked about a little bit of that.
Oh, we've talked a little bit about that. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to vibes, I prefer, like, when Latin American music, I prefer, like, with reggaeton specifically, I prefer Daddy Yankee. I think Daddy Yankee, he has a much kind of, like, I don't know, to me it's the experience of
could it be like the old school sort of thing, because he's like,
not even that, because there's a lot of old school people that I'm like, no, like Arcángel, no. Okay. But I think that
Tego,
certain songs,
Zion Lennox.
Zion
Lennox.
Babysitter. I
Nasty.
I like some of their music. It's just that like I don't know. Lately they've been so like generic.
What about J Balvin?
I think
He had a good run.
he had a really good run.
He had a good run.
I even like when he did trap, which I didn't like trap, but I like when he did trap a little bit. But then his stuff just became like wishy-washy, trying to be pop, trying to be like America. It's like, bro, like, come on.
You know, I guess I can say that that's one genre that I don't like very much, trap.
I fucking hate trap.
I feel like I could say that I listen to a lot of stuff, but trap is one thing that I can't get into.
That's why to me there's like really thoughtful, smart, heartfelt hip hop. Then it's like the commercial hip hop that just talks about drugs, bitches, hoes, and cars.
Yeah.
And then there's trap, which trap for the most part talks about like the most heinous shit.
Yeah, but I mean, if we also talk a little bit about the new rap style of like the mumbling rap,
I fucking
that
hate mumble
shit
rap.
is so bad.
It just
It's
sounds
like you can't understand anything on that, and
It sounds like somebody put lidocaine on their fucking mouth and just like trying to talk like a normal person. Just like
yeah, waking up from anesthesia and you go and put a nice beat in the bag and then you just mumble the whole way and you're like, what the fuck?
That's
did
why
he
I
just
prefer
say?
like lyricists.
Yeah.
Like a Tribe Called Quest.
Do you like Little Dicky? He's got bars.
He's got bars.
got
It's just
bars.
that like to me he's too jokey, but
Yeah.
that's his appeal.
Yeah.
Like there's a few songs from him that I really like we gonna make that money. Hey, I like that one. I like the one that he did with Snoop Dogg. I like that one. But I don't know.
What about Childish Gambino?
He's one that I don't get.
Okay. He's a very talented guy.
Except like
He's a
Redbone.
very talented guy.
Redbone is a fantastic. And Redbone, This Is America. I think they're fantastic songs. There's others that I'm like, I don't know if I'm like not cultured in that sense enough, but I just don't get it. Same thing with what's this guy? The one that made Igor, Tyler the Creator.
Oh.
I've never really gotten the vibe of him, but he's really popular. And a lot of people are like, no, this is super deep. I don't get it. Again, I may not be in that way of like, oh, I'm super cultured in that. I know there are a lot of people that really, really like him. I just don't get it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't listen to rap like that enough either to be like, oh yeah, I know what they're talking about. I really don't. So I'm in the same boat.
Like I'm more of like country rock or like rock kind of style. Like I just love when things are like chill because my head is so like all the time that I'm like I'm trying to listen to something that calms my ass down, that makes me want to relax a little bit and not just fucking flip tables all day long.
I love old school music, man.
Oh yeah,
70s, 60s. I love that shit.
It's just that, and this is a discussion that I was having with a friend of mine who's a musician, who's in his 40s, and he was like, bro, the thing is that people not only used to know how to play music, they knew about rhythm, they knew about timing, they knew how to like convert a 4/4 into a 3/4 shuffle that is just sounds so good.
Mm-hmm.
So he was actually telling me about how drummers, you can have a song that sounds slower just by converting it from a 4/4, so 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 to a 3/4, which is 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Okay.
So the song sounds like slower, like do do da do do da do do da, when it's like dun dun da dun 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 da. So it gives a whole different vibe. Like he explained it to me with the song "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" from Tears for Fears.
Yeah. Love that song.
Where there was a drummer that he started with 4/4 and then he went into 3/4 and it just sounds like dun 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 dun. When the song is like dun 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 dun, it just sounds like dun 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 dun. And the timing sounds off, but it sounds so good because it's still within rhythm.
Okay.
So I was like, holy shit! Like you see how just by removing one note or adding one note, the whole vibe of it changes because it could sound like you're like pumping up for something, or it just sounds like you're just chill as fuck.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, definitely, I feel like we had some really good artists back then that definitely knew what they were doing, right? Opposed to what we have right now, today's day. But, you know, that's not to take away from today that we still have really talented people. Like there are some artists today that are still so talented.
Who's your favorite artist, like modern artist?
Favorite at this point in time?
Mm-hmm.
Diablo, qué difícil me la pusiste.
Difícil me la pusiste.
Oh, diablo.
Eu diabo.
Which one is yours?
Bruno Mars.
Okay.
Bruno Mars has been making banger after banger after banger, and he could do literally no wrong when it comes to music. He's made hip hop, he's made rock, he's made reggae, he's made K-pop, he's made pop, he's made ballads, he's made every single genre that you could think of. You know, unless he does like fucking curulao and shit, like he's fantastic. You know, in the same year he had Apete with Lisa. He had.
I hate that song.
I love that song.
Hate it.
I love that song, especially because my nephews, my two nephews, love that song now. They're like, Apete. I'm like, I told my sister, I'm like, you know that's a drinking song. And she goes, oh shit. And it Die With a Smile with Lady Gaga. His whole album with Anderson .Paak, which is Silk Sonic. What an album! Holy shit, what an album! Because it has that vibe, that 70s vibe, that like 70s and 60s vibe of like, and different genres. They have like soul, they have a little bit of tropical, they have a little bit of like this and that, and it tells a story of love and trying to love somebody, and also breakup, and also how you fucking hate somebody. So it's such a great album. I highly recommend to anybody that hasn't watched it. Thank you, Vish. I'm gonna send you the clip later. Thank you, Vish, for introducing me to that, because that literally changed my whole perspective on Bruno Mars.
Wow. Yeah, I was like, pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have a modern artist that I listen to on a consistent basis. To be honest with you, music for me, I listen to it, but it's not like my go-to medium, to be honest. I feel like I'm a little kid, to be honest. I'm like always watching YouTube videos.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, but like I don't listen to music. I'm like always watching something instead of like listening to music.
Okay, who's your favorite YouTuber right now?
My favorite YouTuber right now? Oh, man. So I have a few, right? And I think we're going to agree with one of them, which is obviously
Josh Wiseman.
Josh
Wiseman. Yeah, he's so
Josh
good.
is great. I even have his cookbook here in my house. I literally asked for it. And it was like Santa's, what do you call it? Secret Santa. And I asked for it, and they actually gave it to me, and I love that shit because I really like his cooking. I've been following for a long time. So, man, big fan. Yeah, we're big fans. Who else? I do like a lot Maximilian, dude. Shout out to Max as well. He does a lot of fighting games and everything like that. So I really like, because I like fighting games as well. So I really like watching that. And then in some of the racing ones, I like racing a lot. So I guess you could say that one of my favorites there is Jimmy Broadbent, who does a lot of sim racing, and he actually started racing car. Him and a few other guys. They're two sim racers that eventually now are racing a car. I think it's like a GT3 car. And they were racing in Nürburgring, and they were racing a lot of other places.
Isn't that kind of like the story of Lewis Hamilton? That he started like playing...
No. Lewis Hamilton has been racing his whole life.
Oh, really?
His dad gave everything away for him. Like, put everything out for him. His dad used to work like 3 jobs, sleep on the couch, just to fund his go-karting career.
Wasn't there like a movie about that?
Yeah, Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
It's a kid that started playing Gran Turismo and eventually got an opportunity to race a real car, and then
I thought that was
really
his
good.
story.
No.
Oh, then I'm completely mistaken on all the promos.
Yeah, no.
Because he appeared all the time in the promos.
No. Lewis Hamilton, it's a racer since he was a kid.
Oh.
Started in go-kart racing, and he climbed up the ranks.
Interesting.
Yeah, his dad gave everything for him.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's tight.
It's a lot of dedication. It's very expensive. Racing is extremely expensive.
Highly expensive.
What about you?
We know somebody from high school that was an amateur when he started. He wanted to become pro, but just because he didn't have millions of dollars, he had to kind of give up on that dream. And he was a great racer. He was really good.
Yeah, it's expensive. I think
it's really expensive.
Go-karting a year could cost easily upwards to maybe $50,000 to $100,000, depending on the teams and everything like that. So you have to get sponsors. If you don't have the sponsors, then it's not affordable.
Yeah,
so that's go-karting.
Yeah. For me, YouTubers that I watch, of course, Josh Weissman. He's awesome. I watch as soon as he drops. I'm like, the video.
They're great.
There's this channel that I absolutely love. It's called Alexander.
Okay.
He does deep dives into characters and like video essays on anime characters, movie characters. Like awesome. Fat Brett. He is amazing. He does the same thing. And he talks about like his whole run on God of War and why, like, for example, why certain characters had to die and certain characters had to lie and whatever. It was amazing. I watch a lot of like video essays because I tend to look at stories from a writer or from an actor's perspective. So I love to see what other people interpret out of that.
Yeah, I do watch a lot of those too. About performances of actors.
Yeah.
Of like,
I love that too.
Yeah, like some of the good movies, some of the bad movies, some of the story behind why some of those movies were made.
Yes.
And why the actors chose to do that. I mean, it's awesome. Like seeing like the back story or learning about the backstory of why a film was
done in a certain way.
Yeah, or why it went to shit, or why it was so good, or like all the stuff that they had to deal with. Yeah, it's awesome.
And then on the funny side, I love Smosh. Smosh is awesome, dude. Yeah, I really like over the past like year and a half, 2 years, I've been really getting into Smosh, and I love their series of like when they play like board games.
Mm-hmm.
I love that because they get so wild that I'm like fucking awesome.
There's two more things that I really do enjoy watching in YouTube. One of them is a channel. Shout out to you guys as well. Digital Corridor. I've always seen them.
Corridor Digital.
Sorry.
Yeah, I love them too.
Man, I've been watching them for the longest time.
Yeah.
They're great. And then the VFX react to like what they analyze the VFX of the movies. Wow.
And
I
also the Stuntman React. Stuntman React is awesome, dude.
And then when they're replicating as well some of these special effects from the movies, awesome. And then the other one was... Oh, sorry. Jesus, it just slipped my mind. But there's some videos of like one person making video games. So essentially what it is one, I guess it's like a programmer or something like that decides to make like a horror game or something like that. For example, The Backrooms. There's a scary game called The Backrooms, and there's this guy that's making that game. It's only one guy. So he's putting out the whole entire game by himself, which is awesome. And then there's a few more horror games that like, you know, they get the assets from Unreal and everything like that, but they do the games by themselves. And then there's another channel that grabs multiple developers and puts them to do one game all together. So like, let's say you give me your project, then I start, then I give it to someone else, then that someone else gives it to someone else. And then at the end, we all look at the finished product. It's like, all right, let's make a horror game. But like you started off and then we start passing it down.
It kind of reminds me, this is more on the movie side, but it kind of reminds me of Relatos Salvajes.
Okay.
Or Tales of New York.
Okay.
Like those.
No clue.
Yeah, those movies are like, for example, Tales of New York were made by, at that time, the best New York directors. So Martin Scorsese and Quentin Tarantino, all of these people. And they would make like little movies within a larger movie. The only thing that connected everything is that they all happen in New York.
Okay, cool.
That's
awesome. That sounds awesome really movie. Cool.
And Relatos Salvajes is also many stories in Argentina that they all coalesce. So it's awesome.
That is awesome.
Please watch those two movies. Amazing.
Right,
cool. What other YouTubers do I watch? I watch this one that like I think it's called like Big Bad Casting or something like that, and it's a guy that like does like molten like metals into gold bars, or not gold bars, but into bars, and he has a whole room where he has now, I think he has like
damn,
I think 2 metric tons of metals, and he does like coins, he does bars, he does like weird ingots and stuff like that. And it's awesome because he like, there was one episode that I watched recently where he took apart a motorcycle and everything. He does copper, zinc, aluminum, and I don't remember what other metal. And he just like strips every cable, puts them all in the crucible and melts them down, and then casts them. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, there's one guy, I forgot his name right now, but he basically does like weapons or something like that, and he tests them out. Right? You seen him?
Yes.
Like when he got the whip, the whip, and then he started doing like all the way from like a regular one all the way to like an iron one.
Yeah.
The sword, like a transparent sword. Dude,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
There were a few channels like that. There was one that it was
yeah.
oh my god, what was it? I forgot the name of it, but like they would make comic accurate or movie accurate weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So there was one that they made, and I actually met him at a convention when I went to.
So the guy that used to make like the shield for Captain America,
Yeah, well,
like the laser beam and everything.
Yeah,
like
there were two that
Okay.
happened at the same time. But I got to meet some of the people that made like the Jade Sword from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and there was one that the Alucard sword from Castlevania. I got to hold those in my hand. I was like, yes, I feel like a fucking badass. And they immediately were like, do not play with those. Those are razor sharp. You're gonna kill somebody. So I was like, even though I have weapons training with blades, I'm like, okay.
I got weapon training.
And there's a picture. I'm gonna put it right here. That I took a picture with Rams, who's the director of My Hero, where we fucked around with the swords, and people were like, "Stop!"
Jesus Christ, that reminds me a little bit of. You remember FPS Russia?
No.
There's a YouTuber a long time ago that used to shoot guns.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, he used to like I guess a shooting range, and you go like different guns, and he would like pull out some of the guns like you see like in Call of Duty and shit like that, and he'll like just shoot them, or like rocket and a bunch of stuff. He used to do a bunch of stuff. I don't know what happened to him. I hope he's okay.
Who knows? Who knows? What else?
Well, as you guys can see, I mean,
this episode was non-scripted, so that's why we're trying to be like. So what else is new? So
yeah, because it's our day-to-day lives. We sit down here and talk a little bit about everything, and some episodes, we're a little more structured where we kind of give a little bit more of backstory of certain things. But
Dr. Mike. I love Dr. Mike.
Okay.
Dr. Mike is such a great YouTube channel. I have learned so much. Well, Dr. Mike and Legal. I learned so much from them on the scientific side, on the legal side, on the current news when it comes. Like I started really watching Dr. Mike when it came to the pandemic, and I just watched every single video that he does. Not only because he is beautiful as a man, he's fucking gorgeous, but also because his ideas and the way that he structures his videos and the information that he puts out, it is so well done. Okay. And the way that he reacts to videos, to movies, and to whatever. Same thing with Legal. Like Legal covers a lot of like the political side and the legal side of a lot of political stuff and cases. Like he, the guy from Legal, he brought one like in one of his earlier episodes, kind of like a basic cases that they study the first year in law. So it's like a guy you can't booby trap your house because it's illegal because of this precedent, because somebody got his head fucking blown off by a shotgun that was attached to like the handle. Yeah. So it was awesome. Like I love channels where I learn and I get to like enjoy learning. Okay. And then there's other ones where they just pull fart sounds and I just laugh.
There's one channel that I really highly recommend for you, and if you guys like working out, is Jeff Nippert.
So you're gonna recommend the other Dr. Mike?
No. But Jeff Nippert is actually he's a really good YouTuber in the sense of like working out. He does a lot of stuff and he explains the science of it. So he's very scientific about the workouts, where he actually even not long ago he released an episode where he went a whole entire year of like training, right? He's natural, so he went a whole year training with his brother and showing with like a good diet, bulking, then a recomp phase and everything like that, and then a shredding phase, and kind of showing like scientifically, he's like, if I follow a diet that is scientific, can I put more mass? Because when you reach a plateau when you're like working out and you have muscle, and when you're natural, unless you go steroids, you don't grow. You don't grow any further. So he was trying to show that off, and he went through a whole year of progress with his brother, following that to show him, who's been training for a very long time, and the other one, he writes like programs, but like his programs are like really, really well written. It's like like thousands of pages of like how to work out, like best breakdowns of workouts and everything. So I really like watching him. Chris Heria, which is really cool. He actually, I don't know if he still lives here in Florida, But Chris Heria does calisthenics.
Okay.
My dad actually met him. He said he's a really cool dude.
Nice.
Will Tennyson, who is from Canada, he used to like work out. I started watching him since his channel was small. But these are like working out. Jesse James West, have you seen him?
Yeah. I don't watch a lot of like workout.
I don't know. I just find them really fun, especially because like Jesse James. Well, all of them kind of been doing it a little bit, where they get like army versus beach, like muscle beach bodybuilders. Have you just seen those?
Oh yeah.
They do some of those.
I've seen the ones that are like, what if like competitive bodybuilders do like army training, basic training.
So
and shit.
they Jesse James West is one of those that does that. Mm-hmm. He actually did one not long ago here in Florida with the SWAT team. So it was like bodybuilders versus the SWAT team doing like SWAT team workouts and like, you know, like doing things that the SWAT actually does here in Florida. So really cool stuff. They're fun videos. They're like, you know, they don't take themselves too seriously, but they work out and show some good workouts. And obviously they, you know, they do whatever they do, but it's fun.
I also love Critical Role.
Yeah.
I love Critical Role. Like, you guys have no idea. Not only the voice acting part, because again, Matthew Mercer is my favorite American male voice actor of all time. But also the way that he structures his stories, how, you know, Vox Machina, how, you know, all of these Mighty Nine and oh my God, what was the last one? Bell's Hells.
It's like, I see.
How he structures the stories and how I love Dungeons and Dragons too. So like seeing high level Dungeons and Dragons playing with fart jokes, with innuendos, with like I just love how fucked up they are, as like their humor is so bad that I'm like, yes.
Really quick pause.
Yeah.
Didn't Jazza used to do like the little miniatures for some of them?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Was it for them? So Jazza is an Australian artist.
Okay.
And he does like art, like different art. Like he would like sculpt or like he would be like, can I make art with like coffee or something like that? Or like
shit.
He's like, can I paint this dog from like memory or something like that? You never seen him?
No, I've never seen
I
him.
know that he was printing some really small
Painting
figures.
minis?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know he was giving it for a Dungeons and Dragon game, but I don't know who's.
Because there's a few big ones. There's like Dimension 20. There's Legends of Adventurers. There's
maybe it wasn't Critical Role, but I know he was doing like the minis for some of their plays and everything. Because I know he was doing like some of the scenarios and everything. Because like some of them really like high level ones go like hard, a board, like hard. A whole board. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So, guys, thank you. Guys, girls, anything in between, thank you so much for watching us. If you have any YouTube channels that you want to recommend, or if you have any specific videos from the channels that we talk about, please put them down below. Yes. Also, songs that you may like, movies, shows, anything that you want to recommend to everybody, please do so. And if you want to discuss anything in the comments, please always do it with respect. You know, each person has their own, you know, likes and dislikes. So always be respectful.
Yeah. Feel free to leave a comment down below. We read all of them. We try to reply to all of them as well. Not that we have a lot, but we try to.
Our 2 comments.
But we definitely read them and comment on everything. So please go ahead and subscribe, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. That's weird to say. It's a mouthful. Anyways, where can they find you?
Juanfe Sierra or Juanfe Sierra Cortez in most platforms. And what about you?
I'm Dan Valder. If you want to play with us, my gamer tag is also Dan Valder, so it's the same thing.
My gamer tag, I believe, is also Juanfe Sierra Co. I don't remember.
You can play Marvel Rivals, or if you like racing games, we can race. If you like any type of game, really, I'm down.
All right. See you later.
So see you guys on Mondays. We release our episodes at 7 p.m. So see you guys on next Monday.
Look at that.